What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. Welcome to episode 200, 302 of Shadows and Pretties. I almost said 200 and something. I apologize. Um, Today we are going to be reviewing another Christmas special. Apparently there is a few, um, Flintstones Christmas specials. There is one called the Flintstone Christmas Carol that came out in 1994 or something like that. There is a Flintstone Christmas that came out in 1977. And there's this one that came out in 1993, same year that, you know, a few Flintstones, well, Christmas, specials that came out, some specials came out such as, I Yabba Dabba Doo and Holly Rockabye Baby. So we're going to be reviewing this Flintstones, Christmas special, one of them called A Flintstone Family Christmas. This one came out in 1993, and it's a sequel to Holly Rockabye Baby, which involves, this is the only appearance of Stony and the final appearance of Pebbles and Bam Bam in their adult forms, as well as their children Chip and Roxy. Of course, Hanna-Barbera continued doing this series, but with the original timeline, so yeah. I really wish they continued going on with Pebbles and Bam Bam with of them in their adulthood, and then their kids grow up like their own kids grow up is what I'm wish that they did. But anyway, with that being said, I personally really thought it was a pretty good tape right here. Well, good movie. The Flintstone Family Christmas was originally released by Turner Home Entertainment in the Cartoon Network video line of September 24th of 1996, entitled The Flintstones Christmas in Bedrock. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead with this Christmas special and explain what the plot of this one is. I do plan to do the Flintstones Christmas Carol, which will be a review I will do, as well as a Flintstone Christmas, which of course that's going to be another Christmas special I will review in a separate film. So, yeah. Anyways, if you've not heard this movie in a long time, um, stick around if you like. But if you don't want to hear any spoilers, then I recommend you click off this video right now if you haven't. This is definitely a pretty good sequel to Holly Rockabye Baby, which I honestly really like that we get to see Pebbles and Bam Bam with their kids in this one. So, anyways, the plot of this is about Fred Flintstone gets into the Christmas spirit by hanging up the decorations and being altogether joyful while waiting for the arrival of his daughter Pebbles, her husband Bam Bam, and their twin children Roxy and Chip. So after learning that they'll arrive at 4 p.m., Fred and Barney have to leave to get their Turkeysaurus for dinner. However, though, when they're on their way back, they are mugged by Santa. Fred hands over his wallet and watch, orders Barney to give him the bird, but while tossing the Turkeysaurus, the Santa breaks in half, seizing the opportunity. The two of them ran away from the mugger. So, oh, excuse me, apologies about that. I just had a all of a sudden come in burp. I did not expect that. When Fred and Barney get to the police station, they identify the thief, who turns out to be a caveless, abandoned child named Stony. According to the social worker, Stony used to be the horror of foster homes because of his stealing habits. So, feeling sympathy for Stony, Wilma decides to take him in as a ward, despite Fred's intentional reluctance. So they try to show Stony that they can trust him and attempt to teach him that stealing is wrong. However, things get slightly bleaker when Pebbles and her family get stuck in the airport because of the blizzard. So the Rubbles and the Flintstones then have to go Christmas tree shopping, but can't afford any that aren't smaller than the grandchildren. So Stony attempts to convince people to bet on him as he plays a game in order to earn enough money for the Flintstones to buy a tree. When a man loses, he chases Stony, who runs for cover near Fred, the man who claims that Stony cheated him, and Fred asks if it's true when Stony truthfully replies no, and when Fred believes him, he gets hit in the head with the tree by the man. So that's when Fred goes to the hospital, but his boss informs him that he can't participate in the Christmas parade, which is something that Fred is quite eager to do since the beginning of the movie. When he tries to protest, but his boss finalizes his no, to make it up to Fred, Stoney poses as his boss driver, locks him up in the Flintstones bathroom, which will allow Fred to participate in the parade. Instead, Fred saves his boss and ends up in jail, and of course ends up in jail when he finally eventually bonds with Stoney. Fred even advises Stoney that cutting corners just to get what you want is not the solution. The life lesson goes that way. And Fred sees Stoney as a good kid, however, the social worker takes Stoney away and considers to send him back to juvie. So meanwhile, Fred's boss makes him go to the parade while Fred had saved Stoney there. So at home, Fred sees Pebbles and her family along with Stoney bonding with the twins. Fred says that the new addition to the family gets to put the star on the tree, so Stoney thinks that Fred is referring to Roxy and Chip, but it turns out that it's him the whole time, and he becomes a Flintstone. So Bam Bam helps him by putting the star on the tree, and they'll all have a happy Christmas. Thus how the movie ends. What a great special. I personally really remember watching this one back when I was a kid, as well as a Flintstones Christmas Carol, which of course, that's another special I really loved. And I also do remember a few other specials that were just as good as this, Flintstones Christmas special. I thought this one was a pretty good one because it was a really good sequel to the Holly Rockabye Baby, which takes place when Pebbles and Bam Bam have their babies. So if you guys remember that one, I did talk about that one sometime, I think last year or the year before. I can't exactly remember when I talked about that, but I talked about one of those in the videos. So if you guys want to go back and find it, it's in the playlist on Shadows and Pretties, so you guys will be able to see it. So, with that being said, and that being the case, what did I personally think of this? Well, one, the animation's really good for what it is. I personally really like the animation of it, especially since this was made in the 90s. This one was made in the early 90s. I'm sure lots of kids from the 90s would remember how good the Flintstones was. I mean, it's Hanna-Barbera cartoon. I mean, who could go wrong with a good cartoon like Hanna-Barbera? Because they made Scooby-Doo, they made Flintstones, Yogi Bear, they made a bunch of other animations and other cartoons. However, it's a pretty good special, and of course, we definitely have to say that this one honestly was a pretty good special. I personally like the animation of it. I thought it was well made. The plot of it was flat out amazing, and it was quite funny too at parts, especially with, Fred Flintstone usually doing all the goofy Flintstone stuff that, they go on and they do, which is honestly pretty funny. And I gotta say, it was definitely a really fun, movie. So, you can also get this on DVD on Amazon, which of course I do have to recommend that because that's where I got Flintstones Holly Rockabye Baby, because you can't really find Holly Rockabye Baby on VHS anywhere except for UK and Australia, which were the only times the VHS tape was ever released. But that special I did cover in another video. This one is a pretty good special. I recommend it to anybody who likes it. I recommend to anybody who loves the Flintstones. And even if you're in the Christmas spirit like I am, you definitely have to add this to your Christmas collection because it's flat out awesome, well made. You'll not be disappointed. So is that everything I'll have to say? Well, that's pretty much all I have to really say because I can't think of anything else to say. So with that being said and that being the case, I definitely have to say children will definitely enjoy this special and adults would too. I mean, anybody in any age can watch the Flintstones and they can really like this film. So do I recommend it to anybody who loves the Flintstones? I have to say yes. The Flintstones is definitely one of my childhoods, and it's never going to be without any doubt one of the best Flintstones specials I've ever had. Like I've ever seen. But there's a couple other ones I've seen too. So, I guess with that being said and that being the case, I'm going to sit here and just say that this is just simply my own personal opinion. If you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these stories. This is just my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story well, not this story, but, not just the story of this, but I'm going to give this special a 10 out of 10. Although there's some other good Flintstone specials that are just as good, I personally really liked it. So, with that being said and that being the case, what did you guys personally think? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because I personally would like to hear if you guys want to see that. So, yeah. Anyways, with that being said and that being the case, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I am the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And if you want to check out my media, such as my DeviantArt and my Twitter account, links to those will be in the About page section, so you guys can go check them out. And also, if you are interested in subscribing to my backup channel known as Mr. Chigo, link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go see my other content I post up there, as well as some other stuff I do. So anyways, if there's anything I'm missing about this special that I did not mention, let me know what it is in the comments below. And if you guys are all asking me if I'm going to do the other Flintstones specials, absolutely, I definitely will. So, anyways, my pretties, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, I'll see you all next time.